If you're an American currently living abroad, what is one time that made you realize that America really messed you up?
Yeah, I have some stories to tell. So I had been visiting Brazil as a tourist since 2017, and I remember there was an incident that happened back in 2019, in January, I believe, 2019, when I was with my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, and we were in her hometown. And basically, what happened was that we were jogging in this park, like walking around, exercising a little bit, and I was like being stupid for some reason. I don't know, like trying to be arrogant and like tell her like, "Hey, look, I can walk up these steps like fast." And I didn't know that the day before, that it had rained and that there was still water on like some of these steps. So some of these steps were still wet and kind of slick and slippery. And yeah, I didn't see where the step was that was kind of slippery. And I, ran up it very fast and I slipped and I twisted my ankle and I broke my foot. And it was horrible because my foot was like, you know, feeling very bad and I was screaming in pain. And I had my foot up against like my chest, just screaming in pain. And I remember that my wife, she ran up to me and to try to help me get up and asked me what happened. And I told her, like, I don't know, I think I sprained my foot really bad because I didn't know that it was actually broken. So I had to put my arm around her shoulder to get up. And I got up, and then we called an Uber, and we headed to the hospital, the public hospital in her hometown. So when I went there, I thought after the visit and this sort of thing, oh, maybe I would have to pay or something like that. But actually, my wife, she had told me, no, it's actually free. And I thought maybe it wouldn't have been possible because I didn't live here yet, and I still, only had my passport at the time. But they actually accepted my passport, and they let me go in, and it was very interesting because yeah, they gave me x-rays for free, they gave me a cast on my foot for free, and yeah, they found out that I had broken my foot, and they even gave me a prescription for free, for medication. So you know, this system is actually a public healthcare system that allows pretty much the majority of the population of Brazil to have healthcare for free, and it's called SUS, S-U-S. It translates in Portuguese to Sistema Único de Saúde, and it's very cool because it allows pretty much everybody to get prescriptions, have basic health care for free of charge. So it's cool because even me as a tourist at the time, who again like was not even living here, was able to get health care and help there at this public hospital for free, which I thought was cool. So yeah, it's a crazy story. But then I ended up living here, and I still use the healthcare system, but I use more private doctors. There's something that exists here, at least in the state of Sao Paulo, that's called Cartão de Todos, and it's like a card for everybody, and it's something you pay like a very low fee for each year, just to basically have like more access to private doctors, and you can find really cheap doctors, for as low as like, I don't know, 30, 50 reais, something like that. For me, in this case, it's like 35 reais, because I actually have a medical problem. I have osteoarthritis. I'm super young, like I'm only 29, and I have this problem. So I can see a pretty good private physical therapist to help me with these problems for as low as 8, 9 US dollars. It would be in like reais. I paid like 35 Brazilian reais, you know. So you can't get, in my opinion, like healthcare like this back in the US. You would probably have to pay hundreds or, you know, thousands of dollars. So I think that's what made me kind of realize how bad our healthcare system is. Like, here I am in a foreign country, and, you know, I didn't even live here yet, and I didn't have to pay money to have an x ray or have a cast put on my foot, you know, for breaking it, which in the US, something like that would probably cost anywhere from like $1,000 to $5,000, maybe even more, depending upon the hospital or the city or the place that you go to. So yeah, in this sense, I'm very lucky, I think, to live in Brazil. And, you know, along with that, I think, besides healthcare, is the general friendliness of people in Brazil. I think Brazilians are some of the friendliest people in South America, and you know, just very welcoming, kind. You know, they really want to have you have a good impression of their country, and you know, they will make you food, and, you know, just want to show you a good time, and they're very cool people. And I don't know, I guess it's just my impression of after leaving the US and living here, is that, you know, people in the US were very cold people, you know, like, we're not so nice compared to, I think, many other places in the world when it comes to overall friendliness and this sort of thing. I don't know, I guess it's just my impression, but, you know, I think for me, yeah, no country is perfect. The US has its problems, like Brazil has its problems, but overall, I'm pretty lucky to live here. So.